Why they ain't showing them? U.S. troops were told Iran is sparking Armageddon, return of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ and willingly calls Jesus Christ, but his name is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Father, which means he exists. And Yahweh Shai means he's the deliverer. And salvation cometh through Yahweh Shai, because that's what he's going to do, save his people Israel, all right, from the coming destruction. And the ones that are going to be saved from this coming Armageddon is the elect of the nation of Israel. And the name is the elect of the nation of Israel.
All right, it's live. Check that sound. Comment board is good. Oops. Good. All right. All right. We are live. Live.
Yahweh Shai comes back with the destruction.
Yeah, that's true. All right, brothers. Shalom. Shalom. Yahweh Shemel Barakatah, Bashim Rakakadah, Shalom. Shalom. All right. First, I know. Kal Halal Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakakadah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Kal Halal Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadah. Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadah. Shalom. Double honors to elders of GMS Great Millstone. Shalom. Shalom to the elect of the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings. We call ourselves a hopeful elect. Why? Because we don't know who the elect on these times. So, Shalom. Shalom. Labakarim Shal Yasharala. Bayaf Dawada. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom means peace to you. La means two, like a prefix. Labakarim. Bakarium is what? Elect plural. Bakar is elect singular. Yal at the end makes it plural like a suffix. Shal is of. Yasharala. Yasharala is Israel in the Paleo Hebrew. Bayath means house. Dawada is King David's name. You know, the house of David in the scriptures. And David's name means beloved. So, what's the title of today's lesson? Let's see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're here. World War III has begun. There is no turning back now. Elect. So, inspiration came from Elder Wakanan, GMS London, and Zaquan, Elder Amawanga Bar, and I believe he is GMS New York City. All right, so let's get to the let's get it right here. So, Lucky, bear with me 1 minute. All right. Yep. Elliot walking on Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Could you read it, brother? I got it right here.
Yep.
Isaiah 34, verse 1 to 3.
Here we go. Come near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all the things that come forth of it. Verse 2. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
That's the destruction. That's World War III going what? No, part of that's what? It's going to go nuclear. In the Middle East, what? Their slain shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up. It's going to be stinking dead bodies in the Middle East. So many dead bodies. Here's Amawanga Bar, Elder Amawanga Bar. Right here. It's like an Elder, yeah. All right. Here it is right here.
We here. We are here. Woe, woe, and the last woe.
I saw the end of the world. I could feel all this death.
Hey guys, Dalbu 7. We've got some talk and a little bit of uproar here because of some statements made by the upper brass of our military in regards to this war with Iran. Now, apparently, they put out the statement saying that you should prepare because this is Armageddon, telling troops that this is the big war. This is the one that's going to lead to the return of Jesus and all of that. And that's upset some people within the ranks. There's been complaints that come from more than 40 different units spread across at least 30 military installations. Now, one of these troops here, an NCO, said that they were Christian and that they were emailing on behalf of 15 troops, including 11 Christians, 1 Muslim, and 1 Jew. They said that their commander urged them to tell all the troops that this was all part of God's divine plan, and that he specifically referenced numerous citations about the book of Revelations, referring to Armageddon and the imminent return of Jesus Christ. Now, those making the complaints right now are saying that these remarks destroy morale and unit cohesion, and that they're in violation of the oaths that they swore to support. They go on to state here how Pete Hegseth has enshrined evangelical Christianity at the uppermost levels of the U.S. military right now, and that this is where things sit. Now, we know in Israel things are on the edge right now big time. They're getting bombed, bombarded. There's all the talk of their temple, all these things going in motion. It's pretty crazy times, that's for sure. But with the war continuing with no end in sight right now, it will be interesting to see what cards are played out here, because this is all taking away from Epstein, the talk of Epstein, that's for sure. And you can see that by the numbers. And they've even pulled out the alien card to an extent here. And the whole full speech and full-blown disclosure can still be played big time and is yet to be played out there on the world stage. What will happen from here on these war fronts? I'm not sure. But join me for the live streams where I've got more time to dive down these rabbit holes and cover all the updates. It's happening daily. Going live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on W77. Much love.
Whoa, whoa, and whoa.
Mm-hmm.
War, and war. Shalom.
I put the video to that in the chat right here. If the elders should see this, both you elders, Zaquan Yawakanan and Zaquan Anwangabar, Shalom to you. Yahweh Bashim Shai, Barakatah, Bashim Rakakwadash, Shalom. All right, brother. So let's get the first beginning precepts. Let's go to get the one with the third woe coming quickly.
Mm-hmm.
While you get that, this is 2nd Ezra chapter 4, verse 37. Let's see. I'm going to start at 36. And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of seeds is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance. 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So a certain said measure of seeds, keep coming back to the reincarnation to be filled. And we're in the last days. Our seeds keep coming back in the reincarnation as what? We believe through the Spirit it has been fulfilled, because there is no more captivity after this one. Yahweh Shai, you like unto a door. Yahweh Shai is at the door. You can hear the doorknob, and you can hear him breathing out the door. For lack of a better example, by measure hath he measured the times. And by number hath he numbered the times. And he doth not move nor stir them. Stir what? The measure of the times. Prophecy happens in a timeline order. Of course, it cannot go nuclear until the MOTB is enforced globally upon the entire planet Earth. MOTB is an acronym for Mark of the Beast. Mark of the Beast is right hand or left hand. RFID, CHIP is what it is. The mark of the beast in the forehead, give an example, Neuralink, the brain chip. So that's what? Nor stirring them, nor moving them. Russia and America cannot exchange nuclear missiles, ICBMs. All the nations cannot shoot their ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles, upon America yet, until that what? Be fulfilled. The MOTB being a force, which is the hour of temptation in the book of Revelation. And if you take it in your foot or anywhere else where they say swallow, you will still be destroyed. Revelation chapter 14, verse 9, you click on the word there for hand, in his hand. It's higher, which goes into what? Right hand or left hand. Just further proving it could be right hand or left hand. Until said measure be fulfilled. Part of that said measure is what? World War III beginning now. What? As a conventional war, and it will escalate to a nuclear war, as the prophets have been warning you. So we're seeing it now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. World War III has begun. There is no turning back. You can't go back on prophecy. You can only go forward. Full steam ahead, ready or not. Go ahead, brother.
Revelation 11 and 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
You can break it down.
The second woe is past. That was that woe of World War II. That has already begun. Now we're in World War III.
Oh, suck it, brother. Your English was butchered there. It already passed. World War II passed.
World War II passed.
We're in World War III. It has begun. Come on, go ahead.
Yeah, so let's see here. World War III. So with Nero and his ally, the small hats, attacking Iran, that's what started it. Kicked it off. And now the other European countries have decided that they were going to join in. That's what brings it all, coming quickly. It's quickly.
Yeah, those other European nations that also got affected by this and joined in. France, they're taking a part in this, and the UK. Let me see. Germany. Let's check out Germany. Germany has stated, I think they stated they're not. They are not in Iran, USA war. Let's see. With Israel. Let's see. Germany's MERS wars. How do you pronounce this man's name? Germany's MERS, that's his name, warns against spread of war in Middle East. That's where it's starting, in the Middle East, the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh judges. German foreign minister says, we will not allow ourselves to be divided after Nero 47, Spain spat as it happened. These nations are all being what? Affected by this war. Most Germans oppose war in Iran. This says, times in India. This is just the headline. Oh, this is YouTube. The headline for YouTube, no military resources. NATO split over Iran war, ? After UK, this nation's vetoes joining conflict. So what? All these European nations are being affected by it. Does that make it not a world war? This is a world war. Everybody's being affected by it, as you see. You got a piece of brother? Oh, okay. So let's go to Isaiah chapter 34. Start at verse 1. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. Come near, ye nations, all the other nations. What did the book of Jeremiah go into? Jeremiah went into, let me get it, Salaki. I'm going to butcher it. Prophesy against many nations and kingdoms. This is Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. KJV, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Against who? Many countries and against great kingdoms. What's that? These other nations in Isaiah chapter 34, verse 1. Jeremiah chapter 25 also lists the other nations as well. To say Edom verses beforehand and verses after, it mentions Hamites, even mentions the kings of Arabia and a mingled people. What does the word Arab mean? It goes into mingled people. So even the Arabs in the desert in the Middle East, they will all partake in this war and drink of that cup of judgment, pursuant to Jeremiah chapter 25. And America will be that burnt mountain in Jeremiah, either chapter 50 or 51. You got precept, brother.
Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of the Lord Yahweh is near and coming quickly. Listen, the day of the Lord Yahweh. Then the cry of the mighty will be bitter. That day will be a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of destruction and desolation, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and blackness. Berean Standard Bible.
Could you read it again just a bit slower, brother?
Yes. Zephaniah chapter 1 and verses 14 through 15. The great day of the Lord Yahweh is near and coming quickly.
It's up there. It's near and cometh quickly. What's this? Part of this is what? What is the day of Yahweh? When this World War III goes nuclear and Yahweh Shai comes back with all the holy angels. That's part of the day of Yahweh. When Yahweh Shai comes back. And what's going to happen when he comes back? World War III would have gone nuclear when Yahweh Shai comes back. So when the World War III goes nuclear, anytime, any second, literally, Yahweh Shai is going to turn up. It's not going to be, it's going nuclear. It's been 3 days. Where's Yahweh Shai at? It's been 2 years. Where's Yahweh Shai at? No, this is any second now. Yahweh Shai is going to come deliver his elect. Because the elect got to be what? Delivered from the destruction. Now, let's assume hypothetically a person of the elect is in America when the fires are here. You know, Isaiah, the book of Isaiah goes into shall praise him in the fires, and Psalm 91 speaks about, the angels protecting the elect. So even if an elect member was here when the fires come, they will be protected from the fires of, the ICBMs. Interestingly enough, the Native Americans got a prophecy about the fires are coming.
Mm-hmm.
Interestingly enough. But yeah, the elect got to be delivered out of the fires, the destruction. Whoa, whoa, whoa. The great day of Yahweh. They got to receive mercy on that day because that makes the Most High. He is showing his balance. He is doing an Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7 number. I form the light. To the elect is the light. And create darkness. I make peace. Peace to the elect. And create evil. Yahweh will do all these things. The evils, the bad times. The darkness is that's going to the bad times of the day of Yahweh. It lists darkness there. Proverbs 11:1 reads about an unjust balance is abomination to Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight. The Most High is not an unjust weight, just pure destruction and no salvation. No, there is nothing new under the sun pursuing the Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha. Noah was the elect of his time period. Noah and his household was saved. Apostle Paul goes into that. You and your household will be saved. So Noah and his household was saved. Noah was the elect of his time period while everybody else died. The Most High spared who? 8 people. Noah and his household, and repopulated the earth with those 8 people. Same thing's going to take place now, except the elect is going to repopulate the whole nation of Israel and be the elites on top. Remember, honor thy father and thy mother is in the law. The elect will be the parents of the 2/3 in the kingdom. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. Hebrews 11:7. By faith, Noah, Yahweh of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark of his house, by the which he condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith.
What is it? By faith. Faith is going into what? Belief. Mm-hmm. Go to that chapter. Just go to verse 1, but go to Bible Hub. See different translations. I'm looking at 2 Corinthians 12:11. Sloppy. All right. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord. Let me get this one. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. I was in 2:11. All right. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord. What is terror? Most extreme fear. We persuade men. How is Yahweh Shemashai going to put terror on people? Well, what is terror? What is fear? Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is likely to cause pain or a threat. That is the definition of fear. Cause pain or a threat. Pain. Oh, okay, pain. Pain causes what? Fear. Extreme pain causes what? Extreme fear. And extreme fear is what? Terror. Knowing therefore the terror of Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, we persuade men. But we are made manifest unto Yahweh, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciousnesses, in your minds, your manner of life, how you live your life. Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord. Noah moved with what? Noah moved with fear. Noah moved with the terror of Yahweh. He was moving because there was terror coming. The Most High is the king of terrors in Job chapter 18, verse 14. The king of terrors is going to send his only begotten son who is just like him. I and my Father are one, same accord. Yahushua spoke about, my Father is greater than I, and Yahushua I don't know, he's coming back. Pursuant to the scriptures, only the Father Yahweh. That's a thing Yahushua doesn't know. So, 2 separate entities. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah. Hebrews 11.
Oh, Hebrews 11:1. It was right. It was right. Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now, let's see.
And here is King James. Yahweh, who at sundry times and in divers manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets.
That wasn't the one, but that's a good one. Yahweh, who at sundry times and in different manners spake in time past unto the fathers by the prophets. How is Yahweh by Shemashai speaking now, warning the people? Nation of Israel, but the ones that will take heed will be the elect. By the prophets. And they're going to have what? They're going to have faith. Yeah, Hebrews 11:1, brother. But that's okay. That's the spirit. Yahweh Shemashai that had to come out. Yahweh Shemashai sent his men service to prophets, the elder apostles of GMS and on down. For what? 40-something years, if not longer, to what? To warn you. because the incoming terror that Yahweh Bashim Rashai is about to bring upon this earth. Neither shall there be after the like, nor ever again after this terror comes upon the earth, the day of Yahweh. Go ahead.
Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Okay, go up a bit. Let me see. NIV, do NIV.
NIV. Now faith is confidence in that we hope for an assurance about what we do not see.
Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for. You gotta have that belief and the assurance of what we do not see. KJV goes back. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. We truly believe, even though we do not see, Yahweh Bashim Yashai, He exists. The Father and the Son, they exist. And the Son's going to come back. We find the Son now. How are we seeing the Son now? We're seeing the Son by the book, in this book, spiritually. But one day, the one who was in the book, the spirit that's in the book, we're going to meet that spirit and see that spirit face to face in full living color. And in that day, I hope I'm the elect, and you sincere brothers and sisters out there, we hope we part of the elect, we too included. Because the one that's in that book, he's going to come back, and he's going to be sent off. The scriptures speak about in the book of Psalms. God is angry with the wicked every day. Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is angry with the wicked every day. So we hope when the one in the book comes back, he's coming back to save us and deliver us. So that goes for whether you're across the world. Even if you're in Antarctica yourself, getting out of Dodge. You think just because you go to Antarctica, you can get out of Dodge? No. Isaiah 34:1. You can go to different precepts if you want, brother. Yeah. Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein. I'm in Antarctica. The sun ain't getting me. Neither the angels. Find the chariot over you. It says, oh no. And all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. All things that come forth of it. Verse 2, for the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, all you heathen nations, and his fury upon all their armies, their military. Their what? Their angels, the devil and his angels, as the scriptures speak about. And there was war in heaven, and Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and the devil and his angels. Who was the devil? The devil in the Greek is diabolos, which means what? Deceiver. Who has deceived the whole world? Well, who did iconoclasm? Assuming Job 9:24 covered the face of the judges. Judges being, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, the Israelite men, the angels do the judgments. They covered the face of the whole nation of Israel. Who did that? Iconoclasm, whitewashing. Who deceived the world by doing that? Esau, Edom, in the Renaissance time period. Renaissance means rebirth. He came back out with his what? That was the beginning of this beast system, the NATO and the EU system. So, and his fury upon all their armies, their military might. What does the angel do on the right-hand side for the elect? The angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. So the angels what? Deliver the elect. Who delivers Esau, Edom? His military might. The devil and his angels. He have destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to deliver these nations to the slaughter by way of ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles upon America, and upon Israel. And Yahweh Shai is going to come back on the holy angels and chief archangel Michael of war, and they're going to what? Subdue these other nations and bring back the planet Earth into what? Righteousness, but it's going to start by way of war. And it's ultimately going to establish peace by way of what? By way of war. Just like you had King David rule for 40 years, and he what? He fought wars and subdued the nations around Israel. And then King Solomon came and had 40 years of peace. It's the same thing. First comes the war, and then comes peace. War brings what? It brings peace. So there is a use for war. War can be used for good. And it's also going to be used for what? For judgment for their wickedness. For the wickedness of these other nations, the vats are overflowing, as the scriptures speak about. There will be a judgment. Go ahead.
Psalm 55:21. His words are smoother than butter. This is New Living Translation. His words are smoother than butter, but in his heart is war. His words are as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers.
Soothing lotion. What was that again, brother? Psalm what?
That was Psalm 55 and verse 21, the NLT version.
The water. You can go ahead.
And that's what we saw with Nero. Oh, we're gonna make a deal with this. We're gonna make a deal with that. They're gonna come to terms. We're gonna sit at the table. It was all a bunch of lies. Everything of those words was soothing as lotion. It was just to butter up somebody to get them to come to the table so they can implement what they really wanted to do, and that was to destroy and take their enemy out. But underneath are daggers, and what do daggers do? Daggers cut. Daggers kill. And a dagger is something that's concealed until the last moment as a weapon to take their enemy out.
God, so I can't. All right, I got here.
You're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you. I will tell you, you're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you. I will tell you, you're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you. I will tell you, you're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. That I can tell you.
Yeah, that's what he said, right? But what really happened? World War III truly, really happened. You know, they came against the Iranians, and that was the end of that. And it wasn't for a national security threat or all this other stuff. You know, they didn't have to come against Iran, but they did with Nero 47's rule. Nero 47 could really be the man to usher in the RFID CHIP and be the end of the world. And Putin could really be the man, you know? These could really be the man that could be the end of the world. But we know in Isaiah, the cruel Lord and fierce king, that is Nero 47 who's ruling now. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. Psalms chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they born, speaking lies. The wicked, Esau, estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they born, speaking lies. And as you just saw in the video with Nero, he was speaking lies. He gathered up the people to get on his side with words smoother than lotion, but he had daggers in his hands. He's speaking lies. He lied about the whole thing, and that's what they do.
God, yeah, you can use oil, you can use butter, you can use lotion to what? Like if you have a ring stuck on your finger, help you pull the ring out. People have already done things like that because it's so hard to get that ring off. It was too small. Yoink, comes right out. Or if you grew up, you know, with boxing, put that stuff on your face and it hits, it slides right off. Proverbs chapter 26, verse 24 to 25, BSB, Berean Standard Bible. A hateful man disguises himself with his speech, but he lays up deceit in his heart and his mind. When he speaks graciously, do not believe him, for 7 abominations fill his heart. If that don't explain Esau, eat him to the T, well, the Holy Spirit is not dealing with you to show you this enough, you know? That means that the Holy Spirit is not dealing with you to show you to this. And if you claim you're in the truth and you say, well, I still don't see it, well, you need to pray more. Pray. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3 to 4, BSB, Berean Standard Bible. Though the lips of the forbidden woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil, in the end she is as bitter as wormwood, sharp as a double-edged sword. America is known as what in the scriptures? The great whore that sitteth upon many waters. The waters is the people. America is the great whore. Honey, and so the lips of America, forbidden woman, drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. No, America is seen as this great whole big nation. You look at their president, he said, no wars, no wars. But in the end, she is as bitter as wormwood, sharp as a double-edged sword. And wormwood is used in the book of Revelation to describe what? With the nuclear missiles. Let me get that. Wormwood. Because wormwood goes, you know, back to with the Russian-Ukraine language, Chernobyl. What was Chernobyl? That nuclear site. All right, wormwood, KJV. Proverbs, Revelation chapter 8, verse 10. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from heaven, burning as it were a lamp, and it fell upon the third part of the rivers and upon the fountains of water. And the name of the star is called wormwood, which is going to what? ICBM. That's a nuclear missile. And nuclear missiles bring what? Radiation. And the third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. No, radiation sickness. Radiation sickness goes up there, I would personally say, with fire. You know, if you ever seen the movie The Fly, look up the scene where he vomits and all that and transforms. In a nutshell, that's radiation sickness. The skin comes right off. The infographic show, they did a beautiful representation of radiation sickness. Part of what? The worst ways to die of their series, radiation sickness. Yeah, ouch. So yeah, World War goes into the Russian and the Ukrainian language, going back to Chernobyl, that radiation thing that blew up and all that. So that's what that's going back to. You got a precept, brother?
Isaiah 34:4, speaking of intercontinental ballistic missiles, Isaiah 34:4, all the stars of heaven will be dissolved. The skies will be rolled up like a scroll, and all the stars will fall like withered leaves from the vine, like foliage from the fig tree. And this one is Isaiah 13:10. For the stars of heaven and their constellations will not give their light. The rising sun will be darkened, and the moon will not give its light.
You can break it down.
That is those intercontinental ballistic missiles. When they hit and they detonate, that's going to form mushroom clouds.
Okay. What was
And
that?
that's what's going to prevent the stars from giving their light.
The skies will be rolled as a scroll. Go into the book of Revelation. Let's get the stars. This, John the Revelator in the island of Patmos, he's seeing these stars he's describing as, which is really what? ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missiles. He's seeing them fall from the sky, from the heavens. You look up, you see the sky, that's the first heavens. You're seeing it fall from the heavens. He's describing it as stars. Why is he describing it as stars? Because this is John the Revelator on the island of Patmos more than 2,000 years ago to the 2,000 years ago time period, describing it of things of his time period. The whole term ICBM, which stands for Intercontinental Ballistic Missiles, did not exist during that time period. So how else would you describe it? If you've ever seen a missile fly through the air, let's use an ICBM. It looks like what? It literally looks like a star. You see the sky, you see, oh, those stars. Those stars are flying now. There's flying stars. That's what you would describe it as. Things of his time period. You got it?
I got the one from Revelation 6:13.
Go back 2 verses.
Rev 6:11.
I had one. Yeah, that one.
All right, we're going to do King James. Revelation 6:12. And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood.
This is speaking of World War III, when it's going to be going what? Nuclear. Keep going.
And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind.
And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth. What is that? That is the missiles, ICBMs. Even as a fig casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. You know, a mighty wind comes to shake the figs. Let's look up this. How many figs does a fig tree produce? Let's see. A mature, healthy, and ground fig tree can produce hundreds of figs, potentially 10 to 20 plus gallons per season. Hundreds of figs. More than likely, it's going to be at least 1 million warheads when it comes over here. There's going to be missiles all across the skies. It's going to be a lot of missiles that's coming to America, Babylon the Great, and, more so the warheads, because the power is in their heads in the book of Revelation. That is the missiles. A missile can have what? Different warheads, which is what? One missile can have 5 different nuclear explosions because they can set apart. They call those MIRVs. Let's get that. MIRVs, a multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle. MIRV is an exo-atmosphere. It's coming from the heavens, from the sky. The windows from on high are open. That's the atmosphere opening. Ballistic missile payload containing several warheads, each capable of being aimed to a different target. Let me see this ICBM warhead meaning to get an even clearer definition. Yeah, all right. But the warhead is what produces the boom. So you got 5 different booms on one missile, in a nutshell. It's good to speak about, and I heard the number of them, and it goes into a gigantic number. Look that up, brother. I heard the number of them. Let us see. This is from a Reddit thing right here, real quick. Wormwood is sometimes called Chernobyl in Ukrainian. Just from that, just to prove that point, Chernobyl, it means wormwood. And what happened at Chernobyl? Radiation outbreak. Just to prove it further in the book of Revelation. Go ahead.
All right, Revelation 7:4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel.
Not that one, brother. The missile. I heard the number of the missiles. 200 million, I think it was. Let me see if I can find it. Heard the number of them. That's a beautiful scripture, though, because those 144,000 is part of the elect, and they will be saved when Yahushua comes back. No, I can't find it now myself.
Wait.
I got Revelation 7:4 too. Oh, man. Salaki, bear with us 1 minute, brothers.
We'll get it.
All right.
Here we go. Revelation 9:16.
Yeah, go ahead.
And the number of the army of the horsemen.
Hit the read full chapter. Let's see. Now this thing is taking. All right. Go on down to 15. Yeah, all right. Let's see real quick. So okay, bear with us 1 minute. All right. Sound of the wing, horses running, locusts, but like horses. Yeah, okay. I'm going down. 12. Start at 12.
So it is. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter.
World War One, that was one woe. Two woes, that was World War II, World War III. 1 and 2 has passed, and World War III now just hasn't gone nuclear yet.
And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahweh.
Yeah, 14.
Saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates.
Stop there. Let's prove, because someone might say, well, that's fallen angels. That's Revelation 6 and 4?
Yes, 14.
Oh, 14, the water. 9 and 14. Revelation 9 and 14. Because the four angels that are bound there, they're what? It's not that they're, fallen angels stuck there, They have a command there. They're stationed there, for lack of a better word. They're stationed for that duty. All right, which are bound. Click on the word there for bound. Here it is.
Strong's G 1210.
Deo. Which means to what? Part of this is what? To bind. Put under obligation of the law duty. It even says down here to be bound to one, a wife, a husband. So what? Those angels are what? Under a duty of the law. They put under obligation there to fulfill their purpose there, Part of their, you say you have a job, what do you do? Well, I'm bound to great river Euphrates. That's what I do for work. That's how it is. Yeah.
All right. And 15. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men. 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. 17. And thus I saw the horses vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
That's the missiles right there. By the way, the third part of men there in Revelation chapter 9, verse 15 is speaking of Esau, Edom. You have three different classifications of men in the scriptures: sons of God, Israelites; sons of men, children of men, other nations; and the sons of the wicked, which is the Edomites, or children of the wicked, children of men, children of God, sons of God. Go ahead.
18. By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouths.
Yep, that's the missiles. It said what? Out of their mouths. Where's the mouth? And the tip. What is the tip? The tip is the warhead. These is the warheads. Now, third part of men is mentioned again, just like in 17. Just like in the verses before, it was speaking about the Edomites. Go ahead.
19. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt.
For the power is in their mouth. What is in the mouth? Warheads. The boom boom. 20.
And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, yet repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship the devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk.
Yeah, that's self-explanatory. You know, all this destruction take place. You go to India during that time period, and they're still praying to Lord Shiva, save us. Self-explanatory. 21.
Neither repented they of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts.
The elites of Esau, that goes for them too. They're not going to repent. You would think you would repent in that day, but no. No. All right, so let's go back to Isaiah 34. So that's part of the what? Delivered them to the slaughter, to this World War III called nuclear, to the judgment. The judgment shall sit in Daniel. The Most High has the judgment already set, and it shall sit, and it shall not be changed. Go to the book of Malachi. It reads about, for I am Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. If the Most High were to change, we sons of Jacob, we Israelites, me and the brother here, you know, Israelites, and the sons of Jacob, Israelites across the world, we will be consumed. We will be destroyed. We'd be not. Yeah, we'd be destroyed here upon earth. Verse 3.
Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood.
That's a scary threat coming from the king of terrors, Allah Shadja himself. You was saying something, brother?
So I was saying, Khan, that's heavy.
You know, that's like the Q says, I'm gonna cast you out, and your stink is gonna come up out of your carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with your blood. And we're dealing with the being more powerful than the Q from, you know, Star Trek, you know. Man, that's terrible. That's horrific. But the Most High is King of Terrors. He's Allah Shadja. What does Allah mean? It means God. It means power. We are not Muslim. It's a Hebrew word. What does Shad mean? It means devil, demon. You go to the book of Psalms. Yeah, they sacrifice their sons and daughters unto devil. Click on the word there for devil in the Hebrew and Psalm. It's what? Shad. Shad, which means what? Devil, demon. What do devils and demons deal with? You go to the book of Job. What did Satan, the spirit demon Satan, do to Job? He tormented him. That's what devils and demons do. They torment. They bring pain, suffering. And the spirit of Yahweh departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from Yahweh troubled him, tormented him. So the Most High is the God of tormenting people. He is Allah Shadja. He is a demon-like power, the God devil, the devil God. You know, like to say the Omega devil. You say, well, I'm the devil. And it goes up and up and up. The gangsters, they say, well, I'm the devil. No, you ain't the devil. And they keep arguing about who's the real devil, who's the worst devil. It goes up and up and up. You get to the spirit world. You go all the way up. Who do you get? The Most High himself. The one that does peace and evil, light and darkness. You get to the worst devil you can get to. The Most High Yahweh created the devil. You know, anything the devil does, any ideas he does, anything he does, no matter how horrific or tormenting happens upon earth, it all originally goes back to who? The OG devil, the OG gangster himself, Yahweh. The OG mafia boss, Yahweh himself, the king of terrors. All right, Isaiah chapter 34, verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come out of their carcasses. Take that and go to the one that Yahweh Shai spoke about, where their worm dieth not.
I got you.
That's thinking about the destruction, and also where in the Middle East you're going to have Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 6. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 36 is going to take place in the Middle East. It reads, "In the dung of men unto the camel's hole." That's what the dead bodies in the Middle East of these soldiers. So you, as they call them, YNs, they're going to be what? Drafted to where? To fight in the Middle East. That's what Second Ezra speaks about. Their bridegroom shall perish in the wars. We trusted in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, you know, for the younger brothers too, or any brothers that may have went to war, because they can try to do what? Call them back to go to war to fight. And like brothers, younger, like 30 and under, you can expect them to try and get drafted across the United States as well. Trust in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And their stink shall come up out of their carcasses. It's going to be a great feast of the vultures and the birds in the Middle East. The angel standing in the sun, the book of Revelation, and Yahweh Shai spoke about, where the carcasses is, there will the eagles also be gathered together. That's that feast in the Middle East of the great birds. And the mountain shall be melted with their blood, speaking of the destruction. Mountains is also symbolic for governments in the scriptures, and the government shall be melted with their blood. If the governments are melted with their blood, they are no longer what? A nation standing. They are subdued. Now, if you go into physics, when you stop being biology and start being physics, as a scientist may tell you, you got a picture. You got the nuclear bomb, went off, extreme heat is coming. That person is now melted down. They are what? They are physics now. They are elements. And their elements are so hot that now they can what? Literally melt through a mountain.
Okay.
Whatever that blood gets broken down into, but it was once blood, now it's in the elemental physics form. It's superheated. If that hits a mountain, it will melt through the mountain along with the beast of destruction. In the book of Isaiah, prophesied to come to America. So, in a sense, go by physics, the part of the beast of destruction is going to be these people. They're going to stop being biology and start being physics elements, and they're going to be in the beast of destruction, which is going to be extreme heat. Pursuant to the book of Isaiah, sweep it with the beast of destruction. What does the beast mean? It means a broom. A broom of fire is coming to America to what? To sweep it out, to bring judgment, condemnation, damnation, to be damned. And bodies will stop being biology and start being physics and be melting with that beast of destruction. And anything they get hit with will melt with it. So you never know. A flying person that's halfway melted might hit somebody else and melt them with them. And they both be screaming together because the Most High kept both of them alive.
For that. Mm-hmm.
Just so they could both be screaming and melting together. Most High is the king of terrorists. That's what Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12, goes into this nuclear war being horrific. You got it, brother?
This is Mark chapter 9 and verse 44. Where the worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched.
Go up.
What you want?
Let's see. For whosoever shall give you. Let's start at 41. 41 is beautiful.
For whosoever shall give you a cup of water to drink in my name, because ye belong to Hamashiach, verily I say unto you, he shall not lose his reward.
Yep, you say you're in the church, you say, well, this brother needs some water. He's being the elect. Same thing. Yahweh Shimon Shai, he's seeing your heart.
Mm-hmm.
How you trying to do it, 42.
And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believe in me, it is better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and he were cast into the sea.
Speaking of the elect, even if they're not even like a little one as an age, they could be in the 30s. You don't want to offend one of the elect. Same thing there, 42. Okay.
And 43. And if my hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life maimed than having two hands to go into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched.
Shall be quenched. What's that speaking about? America, Babylon the Great. Did it say fire of hell?
Into the fire.
Into the fire, which is going to be America, Babylon the Great. Like a fire, if thy hand offend thee, symbolically, cut it off. Something might be important to you, you might just have to get rid of it. If it's really offending you from keeping you to grow in this truth. Because it is one thing, glory to glory. You have to just get rid of it. Let's say you got a this is one example, but you got a music box and it goes off and off and off. It's your favorite song, so whenever you hear it, you start dancing, and it does like every 10 minutes. And now you're trying to pray. You can't cut it off. You're going on fast. You're praying for the next however long you pray, whether it be 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour. It's your sincere heart. It doesn't have to be like the time scheme, like the Christian church teach. You have to fast for the next 8,000 years to get somewhere. No, it's your sincere heart. The sacrifices of Yahweh by Shimon Shai is a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart. Contrite means, you have that remorsefulness. You want to repent and never do it again. You can read about that in the book of Psalm 51. So this music box is going off and off and off. It's your favorite song. They say, I don't want to get rid of it, but It's what? It's preventing you from growing in this truth. So what do? You got to get rid of that music box. You live in a single apartment and you have no other space to put it, and you will hear it everywhere. You have to get rid of it now. Next verse.
Now, 44. Where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched.
What's that symbolic of? Death and destruction. It's not a spiritual hell for everlasting hell. That does not exist in the scriptures. The Most High is a just balance. He ain't gonna, punish you for the next eternity. And eternity is never ending, and you just be burning for eternity. No, an extreme pain. No, you better off being an Edomite slave in the kingdom of heaven if doing that and go extinct. Yes, the Most High is going to just have the Israelites burning. Never going to. That means the Most High is never going to do the blessing He promised to Abraham. Thy seed shall be numerous as the stars. All right, 2/3 you're all gone. The Edomites, they're all gone except for the elites. They're in hell burning for eternity. So where's the slaves going to come from? When these batch of elites die out, where's the slaves going to come from? Because the slaves are going to be the Edomites, the other nations that was in the world that was what? Committing the crimes to do the time. Now is the time to do the time. It's not. Where's the slaves at? The people, they got to do their time here. The place of judgment is under the sun, as the scriptures speak about in the Apocrypha. Let me get that. The place of judgment. Just for edification's sake. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun. Where is under the sun? Earth. The place of judgment. So where is judgment? Where is justice executed? Where is you got to do the time now at? Under the sun, on earth. That wickedness was there, and a place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Let's just assume hell is existing. There's no wickedness in hell. They're not down there doing wickedness in hell. You don't see Diddy parties and orgies in hell. They're suffering. That will be righteous judgment. So there's no wickedness in hell. Let's prove that further. That iniquity was there. You're not going to commit iniquity in hell. Yes, get the baby oil. I'm burning alive. That don't exist down there. King David spoke about, if I make my bed in hell, behold, thou art there. King David's burning alive, making a bed. Yeah, I got me a bed, y'all. Yeah, I'm burnt up. Ain't no such thing. Shower water touch you, it's too hot. You jump back. That's a natural human reaction. I don't let alone hell. Doesn't exist. Jonah in the Jonah chapter 2, verses 1 and 2, Jonah spoke about, I am in the belly of hell. But where was he? He was in the fish's belly, pursuant to verse 1. Hell is a condition played out upon earth, or the grave. If I make my bed in hell, if I die, behold, thou art there. I'm going to go to the spirit world. Thou shalt not suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. Let me get that one. Thou Holy One to see corruption. Because we know Yahushua went to hell, but he didn't see corruption. Psalm chapter 16, verse 10. This is prophecy speaking about Yahushua here as well. For thou wilt not leave my soul in hell. So Yahushua, he went to hell then. Neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. So Yahushua's soul is in hell. What, burning for the next 3 days? The Christians are bugged out. What's the hell? Hell here is the grave. Thou will not leave my soul in the grave. Yahushua, the whole sepulchre thing in the cave. Yahushua was not left in there. Neither wilt thou suffer thy Holy One to see corruption. His body didn't start breaking down. That's what that goes into. Go ahead, brother.
Yep. Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. The brother was just talking about the slaves, that is Esau in the kingdom, when they go into captivity, that they are going to go through that. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. That's the children of Israel, the Israelites. We were not supposed to drink out of that cup because we disobeyed Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. We had to drink it.
Oh, and even going to the time of Adam, Adam was supposed to rule the world in righteousness and perfectness with the sons of God. And the sons of God was the Israelites before they was called Israelites. So Adam was supposed to be, like the head. He was supposed to be the head. He was the priest in the Garden of Eden, as the scriptures speak about in Genesis. To dress it and keep it, you go into those words, it means to be a priest, Levitical like priesthood. Before the Levites was even called Levites. So before the Levites, came upon the scene, there was a priesthood. And Adam was having a priesthood. and to observe the laws, and the laws were orally, and he was supposed to govern and rule the world in pure righteousness with the sons of God. And who are the sons of God? The Israelites, before they was called Israelites. But no, Eve sinned, and then Adam sinned behind her. Through her, we all died. Adam sinned, the curse came, and now we're drinking of that cup of judgment. Fleshly bodies, subject to sin, subject to death, injuries, the rest of it, and also going into what? The judgment. What cup of judgment did the Israelites drink? Well, Daniel chapter 9, verse 11 happened to the Israelites. The curse which was spoken by the prophet Moses. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 15 through 68. We drank of that cup of judgment, those curses there in Deuteronomy chapter 28. So yeah, the Israelites were drinking of that cup of judgment. We were supposed to be righteous. Adam was supposed to be righteous. He sinned. All right. The Israelites were supposed to be righteous now. We sinned. Deuteronomy 28, 15 through 68, the curses happened to us. Yeah. You can go back to that precept, brother.
Now, the rest of that precept, that's what Esau's going to go through.
Yeah.
And that's coming from Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth
start 9. Nice. Yes.
Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Spiritually here. Yeah, I thought about Deacon Kassar, whatever their names is. They trying to save the heathen. They can be in the kingdom. They can eat alongside with Yahweh Shai in the chariot and drink of that wine with him. After they ate babies yesterday. And the rest of what they did. Whatever abominable things and torturous thing they did to the Israelites. But they're eating next to Yahweh Shai. Having a good time. Yahweh Shai said, I love y'all. Love your enemies. Bless those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you. When Yahweh Shai spoke about that, that's referring to the Israelites amongst themselves, beginning with the elect. Not you or nations. We don't have to love Jeffrey Epstein eating babies. No. Go ahead.
Revelation 13 and 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
You can break it down, brother.
That's what is going to happen to Esau in the kingdom. Esau has led into captivity. We're just focusing on the children of Israel, the transatlantic slave trade, the rape, the murder, the atrocities, the killings and the murders that happened. So he did that with his sword. So he's going to be killed with the sword. He led into captivity, so he's going into captivity. Now, here is the patience and the faith of the saints. It hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And he will get double.
Let's reward unto her double. Revelation. As thou hast done, so will I do unto thee, saith the Lord. Yeah, let me get it. As thou hast done unto my chosen, so will I do unto thee. Let's get that. As thou hast done unto my chosen. And the Israelite also.
Revelation 18 and 6.
Go ahead, brother.
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double.
Oh my goodness. Shalom, brothers. Akim.
Shalom.
The hopeful elect 144K. Isaiah Allah Idaho. Shalom to you too, brother. As well as the other brother. Yeah, posting precepts. I didn't even know it's locking. Go ahead, brother. Gonna be hitting the precepts. Through the spirit willing.
Yeah. So they double for what we put on us. Their reward is to double to go through that, and that's what's going to happen there, brother.
God, double. I got another precept, brother. Second Ezra chapter 15. We're gonna go to 53. I got it right here for you, brother.
If thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and sang over their dead when thou wast drunken.
Slain my chosen. Israel is the Most High's chosen, his firstborn. So in the Exodus, Israel, mine elect, the seed of Abraham, my friend in Isaiah.
Set forth the beauty of thy countenance.
Now they're mocking the Israelites. 55, brother.
The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore shalt thou receive recompense.
The reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom. Therefore thou shalt receive recompense. America has committed what? Great whoredom. 56 million.
6. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall Yahweh do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief.
Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, the Middle Passage, the transatlantic slave trade. What happened to the Native American Indians of North and South America, and the scattering of the 12 tribes of Israel. Slavery, even so shall Yahweh Bashim Shai do unto thee into slavery in righteousness. The men will not rape the men's wives in the kingdom of the Edomites. You know, they're not going to commit wicked acts against the Edomites. You ain't gonna have an Israelite man saying, today we're gonna do a blood breaker until you die. They ain't gonna do none of that. That's unseemly. Oof. And shall deliver thee into mischief, into judgment. What did Pinhead say in the movie? We have such sights to show you.
Mm-hmm.
What did he also say in the movie? Pain. How dare you use that word? What you think of is pain. It's only a shadow of it. Yeah, you Edomites, you're gonna know what hate is in the kingdom of heaven. Elba Shimon Shada, the Father's gonna put his hate in the Israelite men to what? To rip you apart, literally and figuratively. Thine heart shall meditate terror. You split us by horses, medieval torture methods. Broke our jaws, the Israelites' jaws, ripped out their teeth, dissected their private parts. My goodness. You even go into go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
The book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. You're going into it right now. For thy violence, what's the violence? The brother was just talking about it. We brought out some examples. Against thy brother, Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever.
And violence, you're done.
Wicked Edomites.
Violence. This is Sirach chapter 15 for Sirach chapter 15, verse 18 to 19, Isaiah Allah Idaho 2. For the wisdom of the Lord is great, and he is mighty in power, and beholdeth all things, what you did to all the Israelites. And you women out there, you know about GYN, your gynecologist? Well, how did that come about? Why, what happened to slave women being experimented on without anesthesia, without no pain without anything to numb the pain, by the way. It was done full. Ouch. And his eyes are upon them that fear him, upon the elect. He takes good care to his elect. You know, the Most High, he beholdeth all things, everything, but he is very much attentive to who? His elect. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous. The eyes of Yahweh are upon the righteous, and his ear is open unto their cry. In the book of Psalms. The angels upon the eyes of Yahweh. They're upon, around the elect, watching them, following them. If you're driving from New York to San Francisco to California, the angel, and you're the elect, Yahweh by Shem Shai has his angels following you and with you, whithersoever thou goest. You know, if you go to, like, you hear stories about people sitting on the toilet and snakes biting them and stuff, you know. Yahweh by Shem Shai got his angels protecting the elect 24/7, whether in the shower, wherever they may be. And he knoweth every work of man. Everything you Edomites has done. He knoweth all your works and the works of you other nations. And don't forget, you Chinese, you took the so-called Negro man, the Africans in slavery too. The Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs, you know, you did the castration to have them with the concubines. And most of the men that got castrated actually died of their injuries. The Turks, they took Israelites into slavery, and they turned them into boys into basically dancing girls in a nutshell. And they had sex with the dancing girls, which were actually boys. And they actually had fights broke out to the point where they had to make it illegal. The men lost their minds over those dancing boys.
And that is still going on today.
Yeah, they call it Bachi Baza. You can find that mess on YouTube. You get it recommended to you too. The Arab man. All right. All right, let's go back to the precepts. I got a list here. See if we get through it. We hit that album off already. Come on, brother, I see. Zechariah 14 and 12. Go there, brother. Go to Zechariah 14 and 12. Revelation chapter 16, verse 16. And he gathered them together into a place in the Hebrew tongue called Armageddon. They were speaking about that in the beginning of the video. I told you to watch it. You saw it. In the place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, which is what? Har meaning mountain. Mageddon goes to troops. So mountain of troops in the Middle East. They're dead bodies. They stink. The dung of men shall be to the camel's hole. In 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 36. Where is the hole? H-O-U-G-H. Where is that? That's going around the hamstring area for the camel's hole. It's amount of dead bodies. You Zechariah 14:12, brother.
And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
You could break it down, brother.
That's the intercontinental ballistic missiles, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Nuclear fire comes upon people. Their eyes are going to start to dissolve. Their tongue is going to start to dissolve, and their flesh is going to start to dissolve. They're going to be on fire, but not the regular type fire. If somebody was to burn themselves like with a kitchen oven, this is nuclear fire. They're gonna be liquefied.
And laser fire from Yahweh's chariot. And any other angels that may play a role. We'll have to see on that day. Hopefully be the elect. Yahweh might be the only one to shoot down his lasers being on America. You go to war, you say, you see that guy right there? You see that guy right there, everybody? Leave him to me. I will deal with him myself. I have personal wages against this man right here. I want to be the one to take his head off and fling it to the moon and back.
Huh.
Go to Isaiah 63. Of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in my anger and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be stained upon all my remnant. By the way, in Isaiah 63, symbolically, it's not Yahweh's not really going to get their blood on his remnant, but to show you also what you do. If you're a doctor and you do surgery, you get blood somewhere, get around the hands maybe on your shirt somewhat. But if you're a butcher or somebody, you're gonna get blood everywhere. Just look at those slasher horror movies. So this destruction Yahweh's comeback is going to be a sore, bitter, violent destruction. Type that in. As the lust of a eunuch to the flower of virgin, so is he that committed judgment with violence, something like that. So yeah, it's going to be a horrible destruction. Yahweh is the high priest on high priest in the ancient world. They did what? The sacrifice. Yahweh is the high priest on high after the order of Melchizedek in the book of Hebrews chapter 7. Just prove that point where that's at. Revelation chapter 14 verse 20. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress even unto the horse's bridle. America is that winepress, that trafficking floor that will be chaffed by Yahweh by the space of 1,600 furlongs to the horse's bridle. If you ever rode a horse, horses are tall. Let me look up how tall is a horse. Get that precept, brother. You can read it.
Ecclesiasticus 20 and verse 4. As the lust of the eunuch to deflower a virgin, so is he that executed judgment with violence.
Yeah, let me see it real quick. As is the lust of a eunuch, someone who's never had sex to have sex with a virgin, so is he that executed judgment with violence. Yeah. Judgment with violence. It's going to be a horrible destruction. Shad's going to come back and execute this judgment with severe violence. There's going to be blood even up to the horse's bridle. Now, Jeremiah 49:20. Yeah, read it, brother. Let's go through the list.
Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he have taken against Edom, and his purposes, that he have proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them.
Therefore, hear the take that in Jerusalem, burdensome stone. Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahweh that he have taken against Edom, America, Babylon the Great. This is also written about in another book of Jeremiah. And his purposes that he hath purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Teman's going into Germans, the wise men of Esau. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Who's least of the flock? The state of Israel. Jerusalem has been what? Become a burdensome stone to all people in Esau, trying to what? Obtain the blessing and be like the people. The inhabitants of Teman supposed to be the wise men of Esau. The elites of Esau, they're supposed to be the wise men too. And the elites of Esau, what? Amalekites, just like the people in the state of Israel in 1945. So against the ones that are in the state of Israel, this is also taken against them too. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them, and intercontinental ballistic missiles, the angels shooting laser beams down, and Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Zechariah 12 and 3. And in that day will I make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people. All that burden themselves with it shall be cut in pieces, though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it.
Yeah, Jerusalem burdensome stone. We got kicked off the land, but now it's what? A burdensome stone. You mess with that land, you going through with wars and everything else. Let's burn some stone. This is Zechariah 14 and 12. Then probably visit the comment board. Brother went into it already. Their flesh shall consume while they stand upon their feet. They're going to melt, burn away before their bodies going to hit the floor. Their eye holes are going to have fire all in their eye sockets. Those aren't tears you see. Those are liquefied eyes. Yeah. And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. It's going to melt away inside their mouth, all in their teeth. A toothache. It's going to go down their throat. If you've seen Saints of Jersey, you know you got the elder Thamyad and you got the other brother I know. The brother I know is going to with that whole Tesla fire thing with that guy saying, help me, bro. And the other guy was like, I can't, bro. I can't. He said he found a video about what? The guy in the Tesla had fire coming out his mouth. That's something from science fiction right there. And that's, oh, man. And when is all this supposed to take place? You know, the MOTB. This is from Isaiah Idaho 2. Job chapter 20, verse 22. And the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. And the fullness of his sufficiency. When you got everybody chipped up, MOTB 5. He shall be in straits in a difficult situation. STRAITS. Difficult situation. Every hand of the wicked, the word there wicked goes into, I believe it's Imol, but it means what in the Hebrew? Laborer. Every hand of laborer shall come upon him. Go to Job 20 and 22, brother. Check that word there for wicked blue in the Bible. Even word of laborers. But the working class is going to come upon him. So it's going to be difficult. 23, when he is about to fill his belly, pinnacle of his society, at noon, when it's noon, the sun is at his highest day, Psalm 91. Nor for the destruction that waits that noonday, when Esau is in his noon, his highest of his society, going to be what? Destroyed. God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua shall cast the fear of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, ICBM, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Whereas the bow shoots an arrow, what are arrows? Judges chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers in the places of drawing water. Archers shoot what? Arrows. ICBMs are arrows. Even the way they're shaped, arrows, they have their power in their head. Or the arrowhead, that is the missile head. Shall strike him through. It is drawn and cometh out of the bullet. It's the silos. Silos are in the Bible. Yea, the glittering sword. ICBMs, they glow when they fly. Go into science, they have the plasma around them. Speed, the sheer speed is a plasma around them. They literally, legitimately glow. So a sword is what? Modern day sword is a gun, but a sword is what? A weapon. It's a glittering weapon. Coming out of his gold, the silo terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hidden in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. A fire not blown. You got something called the fire tetrahedron, which is going into science. You know, you got 3 things for fire. You need oxygen, something combustible. There's another one. It goes all into it. But, you know, when you do fire, you need some air and all this. Blacksmithing, you need to blow that air in it. But an ICBM, it go boom in space with no air. This is future technology. Campfire, you know, you blow on that fire and the rest of it. This doesn't need to be blown on. It just goes boom. And you that started campfires, you know. Almost home. Calm, brother. Almost home. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation by sending evil angels among them. God, these Babylonians, it's going to be bad out here. Jacob's trouble. Evil angels. You got it, brother?
Job
20 and 22. Go there for the word for wicked and click on the Hebrew.
I got you.
I just want to back myself up. Make sure I'm right. It means labor, the working class, but let's see what the word there for Hebrew. Job 20 and 27.
Laborer for Job 20 and 22.
Okay.
Strong's H 6001. A male. A male.
Yeah, a mile. Prepare the Hebrew. I'm going to continue on Job 20 and 27. The heavens shall reveal his iniquity. When to that, it's going to be revealed. And the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his good shall he flow away in the day of his wrath. It's going to be given to the Israelites in righteousness. This is the portion of a wicked man from Yahweh, and his heritage appointed unto him by Yahweh, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. There is one to be feared. The scriptures speak about Yahweh hath prepared his throne for judgment. In the book of Psalms, Sirach 1 and 8, also known as Ecclesiasticus, chapter 1, verse 8, there is one wise and great to be feared, the Lord sitting upon his throne. The judges shall sit, and his dominion shall be taken away in the book of Daniel. This judgment shall sit, and Esau's dominion shall be taken away. Yahushai spoke about all power in heaven and earth is given unto me. For the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son, honoreth not the Father which hath sent him. Yahushai, he's given that what? That authority. It's like the Father passed the baton to the Son, Yahushai. Probably ended here. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 33. And the Most High shall appear upon the seat of judgment, and misery shall pass away, and long suffering shall have an end. The what? The seat of judgment. You have to worship the Son as you worship the Father. Fear the Son as you fear the Father. That's John chapter 5, verse 22 and 23. The word there for honor is timao in the Greek, which means what? To have an honor, revere, venerate. Venerate means what? Regard with great respect, revere. To have the estimate, to fix the value. Gold and silver, they are not the same value estimate. But what's that mean there in John chapter 5, verse 23? The same amount of fear, reverence, and worship you give towards the Son, the same towards the Father. Is that any more thing you want to bring out, brother? Any more encouraging words?
That's all.
And on that note, Shalom.
Kal halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakal Kodash Barakatah Yahweh Barakatah Yahushai.
Shalom.
Shalom.
The Bond said, "Oh, GM has great millstone," and the water for the comments and precepts on the comment board. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, brothers. Shalom. Hold safe, pray, hold safe, keep safe. Let no man steal your crown. Hold on to your truth. Almost home. How could a man steal your crown? You gotta take off for a situation. Even if you get beheaded, you didn't lose your crown. You have to take that crown off. You lose your faith. Man, woman, or child. Don't take it off for nobody, even for your dog or your cat too. Or if you have a pet goldfish, you never know. Shalom.